Hello everyone and welcome back to the HCW YouTube channel. My name is RateWrestle. As usual, today is RateWrestle reviews. So we're going to be discussing two shows today. We're going to be discussing Circle 6 Here to Stay, which is a new promotion to myself, which is run by Atticus Kogar, and I believe it was Mike Giovannian, who was part of GCW. And then we're going to move over to ICW No Holds Barred. I've watched ICW once before, which was I think volume 12, so there's been 17 volumes since then, so we'll crack right into that. But before we go into those, I wanted to discuss a video that was put up yesterday by none other than RJX. So he's braving the shave. I think he's going to be doing it September 30th, or that's when the last time you can donate. So if you haven't already viewed it, please go view that video. It's for Macmillan Cancer Research, which is a big charity in my heart as well. So RGX is going to be shaving off his beard, he's going to be shaving off his hair. He's done it once before, and this time he's doing it because it's personal. So please check out that video after this video, please, and I'll stop saying please now. So firstly, we're going to check out Circle 6 Here to Stay. So this kicked off with a Secondhand Smoke, which is Eddie Oley and Gregory Iron from 440 versus Jeff Cannonball and Puff. I haven't seen him before, I've seen the rest before. This was your typical comedy match. You had two guys that were quite smaller, and then obviously Cannonball and Puff are massive guys in the size of weight category. Like, Iron had his arse exposed for most of this match. It was much longer than I expected, but Secondhand Smoke ended up picking up the win. I rated 2.25 stars. It was a fun matchup to start the match. It wasn't anything special, but it was definitely fun. And then this, the second matchup, was nearly my match of the night. I'm a big fan of Ace Perry, and he faced Ashton Day. Not heard Ashton Day before, but he had the look about him. So I'll be definitely looking out for more matches from him at this point. Ace Perry was not really into the match at the start, which was the kind of story that he didn't really want to fight. But then Ace started to wear down Day. There was unique offense from both guys, which was fun to see. Ace became desperate at this point, like he was just trying to put Ashton away. He did a roll through brainbuster Ashton Day, which I've never seen before, so that was very unique as well. There was lots of near falls, and then Ace Perry picked up the win with a DDT, I believe. I rated that a 3.5, like it was a very good matchup. If you may notice, I've got my notebook here if you keep seeing me looking down. This was followed by Ortiz from AEW and Kevin Geezer. You don't get to see Ortiz that much wrestle on his own, especially on the independents now because he's with AEW, but it was a nice change of pace. And Geezer I've seen a few times, and he's a very decent wrestler. It was a very technical start from both guys. They were one-upmanship from both. Geezer hit like a reverse backstabber, which is kind of like he flipped over the guy and then hit his knees on the way down. And then Ortiz ended up picking up the win with a Fisherman Buster. I don't know what I rated this match because I didn't write it down, so I'm that guy, unfortunately. I'm going to go with 3 stars off the top of my head, but check out the RateWrestle channel just to have a view of that. But yeah, Circle 6 was shaping up to be a very good card. Jody Fret versus Holly Dead. Jody Fret and Holly Dead, were up next versus Bastard Cassidy and Sadie Suicide. Holly Dead and Jody Fret I've seen a few times. Jody Fret I'm a big fan of, and Holly Dead I've seen a few matches and I've enjoyed them. Not heard of Bastard Cassidy or Sadie Suicide before, but they both showed different parts which I enjoyed. Bastard Cassidy was like a beast of a man, and Sadie Suicide, like she's got the look, and she was playing that kind of heel role as she doesn't want to be involved in this kind of stuff unless someone's already beaten down. So that was fun to see. Cassidy was like a proper hoss, but as I said, Sadie was avoiding any kind of attack until Cassidy put him down. She's very weaselly in that kind of essence. They hit a dual spine buster, which was a fun spot. Jody Fret kept hitting F5s, which I wasn't used to. And they ended up picking up the win because Cassidy had enough, and they won with the power bomb. I rated 2.5. It was an average match, but it was fun. I'm not going to lie. Next up, Vinny Massaro versus the Deathmatch Machine, the Deathmatch God Masada. Like, I'm a big fan of Deathmatch Wrestling. Masada's one of these like long-staying guys from CZW that I used to love in the Tournament of Death. Big fan of Masada. So Masada was busted quite quickly as well. And then he pulled out obviously the Masada special, which is the skewers straight in the dome of Massaro, but Massaro fought back with a pizza cutter. Shout back to Nick Gage in AEW. That was a fun time. They did a spot where they got suplexed through the chairs that looked brutal. And then I think Masada won with a DVD on the chairs. I rated 3 stars. It was a very fun matchup. This was followed by Jake Chris versus Homicide. Technical wrestling at the start. Chris looked beaten at this point. Took the limit with a missed cop killer. I didn't write much of this matchup because I was involved. I was enjoying it. I rated 3 1/4 stars. Like, Jake Chris pulled out the win, but it was definitely a fun matchup. Like, if you can get and watch this film when you can on demand. On here, they always know where you can watch the stuff, which is good. Just check it out. And then the main event was 440, the heel tag team of Atticus Cogar, Bobby Beverly, and RSP. And they faced the Rascals. I always forget Myron Reed's a Rascal, even though he's one of my favourite Rascals out of the 3 of them. This was just your typical like heel versus high-paced team. I love RSP because he's so smarmy. 440 were just like had the home team advantage at this point, which you wouldn't expect the Rascals to be kind of getting booed. Both teams had some great teamwork at this point. This started clicking into your desperation, one move, one hit site scenarios. Reed hit an outside cutter, so he dived and hit an RKO kind of cutter, which I always love Myron Reed doing that. And then 440 ended up picking up the win. This was my match of the night. I'm going to quickly search my ratings because I've done the lazy thing and I've not even wrote down the flipping rating for this either. So don't be disappointed that I'm not doing. I've done a bad thing here. So let's quickly go on here. This isn't me trying to plug the website either, which would have probably been a smart way of doing it, thinking about it. Yeah, I meant this. So Circle 6. So 3 3/4 was the match of the night for the Rascals, and then just to confirm, Ortiz versus Kevin Geezer I did put as a 3-star matchup. But it was a very good card. I'd definitely check Circle 6 out again. I hadn't heard them before this. They've not had many shows, I think, so they started in March 19th. But very definitely a good watch. And then this was followed by ICW No Holds Barred, which is just your typical full-on deathmatch. So Akira, who's I've seen a lot of, and MM3, who I've not seen at all. MM3's got his cool flip dives. I'm really liking that. There was like light tubes flying everywhere. They went into the crowd. MM3 was busted at this point. He hit a pop-up flatliner, which was overhead suplex, which threw the door off the top rope where he just bounced off it. And then Akira won with the death penalty finisher. I rated that 3 stars. It was a good opener for the show, and it was definitely like built up the anticipation for the rest of the matches. Next up was Gary J, as I've seen before and I've enjoyed, and Hardway Heater, who I've not seen before and doesn't even have a profile on here, so let's get that sorted. They was just like full-on chop battles for most of this matchup. There was a door powerbomb spot. There were so many chops and forearms at this point. Like, you had like a Masawa Kabashi kind of feel of them just laying each other out. And then Hardware hit a target driver to pick up the win. I rated 2.5. Like, it was an average matchup. There was a few good spots in it, but it was overall pretty decent. This was followed by Brandon Kirk versus Dale Patrick. Brandon Kirk and Dale Patrick are kind of like veterans of this scene right now. So there was a firework bat and like psycho drivers on chairs and light tube tables and everything like that. They were fully going for it. Dale Patrick picked up the win. I rated this 3 stars as well. It was a very enjoyable matchup. I'm sorry if I'm coming through. I've just realised I may have come through really loud on this. I'm going to have to adjust the audio in the editing. So I don't know why. I apologise. Probably won't even hear it. Next up was Cruel versus Tank. Tank is a deathmatch veteran, and Cruel supposedly has been around for a while. I remember him as Mads Kruger, I think, and he was Logan Creed in MLW. Cruel did like an insane over the top rope dive, just saying this straight away, like insane. They had a tack bat which went straight into Kruger. He did door choke slam. The gotch chops looked horrific. Not the gotch chops, the gusset plates. Gusset plate chops were horrific. And then Cruel ended up picking up the win with like a choke. This was a very fun match. I rated 3 1/4. I really enjoyed it. I like the story of Cruel, and I'm looking forward to carrying that on. Then this match wasn't officially announced, but I think someone didn't turn up, Vassetto or someone like that. I can't remember his name. I do apologise. So John Wayne Murdoch, I'm a big fan of him, versus Danny D'Amanto, who's one of the owners of the company. So John Wayne Murdoch, the big point of this is he's gone to GCW, and the ICW fans didn't like this. He was running a GCW top. The arms were bleeding straight away at this. John Wayne Murdoch attacked Mittens, who I'm guessing is someone that's always around in ICW. He hit a frog splash. Mittens got involved again. Then John Wayne Murdoch did like a chair suplex, and he picked up the win. I rate this 3 1/4 stars. Like, John Wayne Murdoch is like a veteran. He always has these good kind of matches. And then the match I was looking forward to most was Casey Kirk. I hadn't seen her before, but everyone was giving her rave reviews, and Eric Ryan's just a beast of death matches, like the king of death matches. Eric Ryan started off with a shotgun light tube dropkick, which was just incredible. Casey was just bleeding down her chest, her face. She was getting absolutely battered for most of this, but Casey is crazy with a K. Like, she started going off at Eric Ryan, and he said Eric Young there. And then it ended with like a spot where I think it was underneath the glass. Casey had a chair, and she dived, did like a frog splash off the top rope through the glass with the chair. It looked brutal. I rated this 3 1/2 stars. Like, it was a very good ending to this show. And both shows were very good. The American independent scene is looking very good. Like, these are the kind of matches where you're in the UK, you don't get to see them unless you search them out. Like, as you said, no one's recommending these matches. No one's really bothering to look outside the UK and stuff. But honestly, go check them out. Both companies, very good. But yeah, so that's the end of the video. So obviously, as usual, please subscribe to the channel. Like, everyone that's come along at the moment, we're trying to shout out people who ever subscribe to the channel, which I've been putting at the start of the videos. If you're privating when you're subscribed, we can see someone subscribed, but we can't see, so I do apologise if we do miss you out. Comment down below what you think I should watch next. I'm probably going to watch the Ric Flair last match, because why the hell not? And yeah, that's pretty much it from me. We'll be back on Tuesday for the news. We'll be reviewing SummerSlam. I've got a special video planned, which I'm going to be recording on Wednesday. We'll see that come out soon as well, which I'm hoping you all like. It's a new video for the channel. And as usual, you all have a nice rest of your Sunday, and I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.